Hello and welcome to the second top 10 on my channel. Last time we did my top 10 favourite Pokemon, and this time we're going to be doing my top 10 favourite Pokemon champions out of all the different generations. Initially I could only think of 9 and was going to do this as a top 9 video. I also wasn't going to do this second, I was going to do it third. Because I wanted to do my top 10, my top 18 favourite Pokemon types, but things changed and I ended up doing this one first. So yeah, it's, as you can see from the title, it is a top 10 though. So in case you were wondering who the 10th champion is, considering that there are only 9 in the main series, you will have to stay tuned to find out, won't you? So yeah, without further ado, my top 10 favourite Pokemon champions. Number 10. Okay, so for number 10, this is the one I was telling you about, the mysterious 10th champion that isn't one of the 9 that you have to battle in the core games, because this is a list of champions in the core games. So in case you're wondering who it is the player's character in all the games, so excluding Red, of course. So you have Gold, Brendan, May, Chris, Lyra, or whatever the heck her name is, Leaf from Fire Red and Leaf Green, Lucas Dawn, the ones from Black and White. I think then there was like Hilda and Hilbert and Nate and Rosa, I think. And then there's Callum and Serena from Gen 6. But technically they all become champions at the end of their respective games, but they are basically the worst champions out of all the champions, because, well, for a start off, they don't stay in the champion room, so if anyone wants to challenge a champion, they can't. They can't challenge the new champion. They have to challenge the old champion. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, I put this on here as number 10 because it's just like, well, you don't really do anything in the games as champion. You're just the champion, and then that's it. So yeah, I didn't think this was worthy of anything higher than 10th. So champion number 10 is yourself, your player character in the Pokemon games. Number 9. So I haven't played that much of the Gen 5 games. I played up to the 5th gym in Pokemon Black and then kind of stopped because I didn't really enjoy it that much as when I was playing a Gen 4 game. But I know most of what goes on with the Team Plasma and stuff, and then they did the Black and White 2 thing, and then they took probably the worst character from from Pokemon White and made her the champion in Black and White 2. So number 9 we have Iris. Now, I don't really know too much about Iris. That's why one of the reasons why she's so low on this list, because like she's not high enough for me to be able to appreciate her as a character, because I don't know that much about her. But at the same time, she kind of stole the whole I'm going to use dragons as a champion thing from Lance, who basically did the exact same thing that she did. Yeah, and then she did it worse and just used like Druddigon and Hexorus, and I think she used an Aggron at one point, and I was just like, what? That's not a dragon. But you know, and then she just like pops up at random points in the middle of Black and White 2, and is just like in your face, and it's just like, oh, I'm Iris, hi. And it's just like, Iris, go away, you're not helping the story. But yeah, she wasn't a champion that you could really get behind as a champion. She didn't seem champion material. How she was able to beat Alda, we will never know. But yeah, number 9, Iris. Number 8. In Generation 2, Koga, the Poison-type gym leader from Generation 1, had been promoted up to Elite Four status and was the second person in the Elite Four that you got a chance to battle, which was quite cool as Elite Fours went, seeing as they brought back a character who was pretty much a fan favourite, and then they made him an Elite Four instead. It did mean that we had to suffer through having Janine, but you know. And then Gen 3 came along, and then Emerald came along, and Emerald didn't have the same champion as Ruby and Sapphire, and now Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They just copied Gen 2 and was like, oh, let's just steal a gym leader and make him the champion now. So at number 8 we have Wallace. Wallace basically has his gym leader team for the most part. He has his Milotic. I think he has a Ludicolo possibly. And other random water types. I can't remember exactly. But he apparently is the champion now. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, Wallace is cool and all, but his thing is like contests and stuff. And that's why there's the whole thing with his sister or niece, or what the heck she's supposed to be in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, that weird woman who he's supposed to be related to with the Altaria. And then he's supposed to do contest stuff with his Milotic, but then apparently in Emerald they wanted him to be the champion, and it's just like, what? Why? The other reason why Wallace is only at number 8 is because of this, Wallace not being the 8th gym leader, they had to bring in Juan. And Juan isn't a good character. He's just odd. I mean, yeah, he's just weird. I mean, I don't know how to explain why I don't like him. He's just not a good character in my opinion. So yeah, Wallace has to go at number 8 purely for the fact that he doesn't really work as a champion. He is already doing too many things in the games. I mean, he's a gym leader, he's a coordinator, he's the guy who can go into Spear Pillar. He's not Spear Pillar, Sky Pillar and stuff. And it's just like, calm down, Wallace. You can't be everywhere. Number 7. Okay, coming in at the number 7 spot on this list, we have the other Unova champion, who I did give a little mention to earlier. We have Alder. Again, Alder is only this high on the list because would probably be higher on the list if I knew more about him and had experienced him in the Unova games. But seeing as I didn't really play them, I never really got a feel for his character. But I know his team. His team's alright. I looked up his team before recording this video, and for some reason it thinks he's a bug type trainer, which I don't get, because he's only got 3 bug types out of his 4 Pokemon. And 4 Pokemon? 6 Pokemon. I know what I meant. And the other 3 are very clearly not bug types. I mean, he has Druddigon, Buffalon, and whatever the heck that ice thing's called, Vanillux. And then he just has the 2 weird evolution bug type ones, Asselgore and Excavalier, and then he has Volcarona. Volcarona was good. It was a good addition to his team. But he looks cool as a character, I guess. That's well, he made it higher than Iris did. I know he pops up throughout the game at various points, and again he does appear in Black and White 2, even though he is not champion, because somehow he lost to Iris. Yeah, we don't know how that happened again. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about him because I don't really know that much about him. So I'm just going to wrap this up. Alder at number 7. Number 6. Coming in at number 6, we have the Generation 6 champion, Diantha. Diantha I like more than the other champions who've been on this list. She was the first champion to use Mega Evolution, which was a cool addition to her character. But other than that, we really didn't get much character development again. She appeared in the story twice before and then again at her champion battle. Um, and she also is a movie star for some reason. I'm not sure how she balances that with standing in the champion room to be challenged whenever the player decides, but yeah, we don't question that apparently. A lot of the style seems to be copied from Steven. I mean, she uses the 2 fossil type Pokemon from her region, which is basically what Steven did. And then she also gives her the basic form of her main Pokemon, her what's it called? Her Ace. She gives the player the basic form of her Ace, which is again what Steven did. I mean, Steven gives you a Beldum, Diantha gives you a Bolts. She pops up with a Battle Maison as well, which is a bit odd. I'm not sure what's up with that, but you know. So yeah, number 6 is Diantha. Number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Cynthia. Now, Cynthia is the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum champion, and I have seen many champion lists before on YouTube, and she somehow makes it to number 1 pretty much every single time. So, Cynthia, she didn't make number 1 on mine. She has a cool theme, which is cool, I guess. And she does use a random Pokemon instead of just doing the whole I'm going to pick this type and then only train in this type thing that quite a lot of other champions do, even though they're not gym leaders or Elite Four members technically. Because I mean, Wallace is just like, oh, I'm going to use water Pokemon. Iris and Lance just like, oh, dragon Pokemon, and Steven's like steel Pokemon, and Alder apparently is bug types. But yeah, like I said in Alder's entry, what? But you know, Cynthia's cool. She makes appearances throughout most of the story. She gets a lot more character development than all the other champions who've appeared on this list. You actually get to meet her family. Her grandparents in whatever the heck that town's called. I don't remember the name. She actually helps you through the story at points. She comes with you to the Distortion World in Platinum, which is pretty impressive. I mean, most of the other champions wouldn't have bothered to do that kind of stuff. And then she has a really diverse variety team. I don't think she has a fire type, but she has Lucario, Milotic, Spiritomb, Roserade, Garchomp, Togekiss. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I know she has a Togekiss which replaces something that she normally has in... Gastrodon, which is another great Pokemon, which I really like. It sucks that they replaced it with Togekiss, but Gastrodon's cool. Garchomp's a really good Pokemon. I know she's still taking the whole I'm going to use the pseudo thing from other champions, but meh. We can overlook that, seeing as Garchomp is cool and is part ground. But yeah, she also doesn't drop any hints that she's actually the champion. She just is there throughout the game helping you, and then you get to the champion room and oh, she's the champion, and then everything seems to make sense of why she's been helping you, because otherwise why would she bother, because she's just a random person. But yeah, number 5 is Cynthia. Number 4. Coming in at the number 4 spot on my list is Lance, the champion from Generation 2. Lance is cool. He was originally an Elite Four member in Red, Blue, Green, Yellow, and Fire Red and Leaf Green. He was the final Elite Four member, and then he becomes champion for Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. He is a dragon type user. He is the first dragon type user that you ever encounter in the Pokemon games. Second one you find is Claire, who actually is his cousin, I think, or some relation of some kind, but I'm pretty sure it's cousin. But yeah, being that there wasn't many dragon types back in Gen 1 and 2, he didn't really have the most amount of Pokemon to choose from, so he does end up having 3 Dragonites, and he's very renowned for having 3 Dragonites. And then he uses Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and Charizard as well, because Lance thinks they should be Dragon types, just like every Pokemon fan does. Apart from Aerodactyl, I don't know with Aerodactyl. He's clearly a dinosaur. He was clearly meant to be a dinosaur, and you revive him. He's a fossil Pokemon. So yeah, I guess Lance just likes Aerodactyl. But he's actually the first champion I ever beat in a Pokemon game that I played, because I first played Pokemon Crystal, and then got back into it by playing Soul Silver and Diamond at the same time. So yeah, Lance is cool. The only reason he's not higher on this list is because he cheats. Lance literally is a cheat. he didn't actually get to the Pokemon to be Pokemon champion legit. He cheated. His Dragonites are all level 50 or below, if I remember rightly. Dragonite doesn't evolve from Dragonair doesn't evolve into Dragonite, until level 55, and all of his Dragonites are level 50. Lance is a cheat. I don't know how he was supposed to have evolved them, but Lance, he cheated. Lance, you suck. You cheated. Also, Dragonite doesn't learn Barrier. I know technically he wasn't champion when he had a Dragonite in Pokemon Yellow with Barrier, but come on, Lance. Dragonite doesn't learn Barrier. And Aerodactyl doesn't learn Rock Slide, at least he doesn't in Gen 1 or 2. I think it is 2 that he had a Dragonite, not a Dragonite, an Aerodactyl with Rock Slide. I don't think he got it until Gen 3, so Lance cheats. He has illegal Pokemon. But, he's still a cool guy. He's like the original Dragon Master and stuff, so that's why he's so high on this list. Number 3. Coming in at number 3, we have Steven from the Hoenn region. He is the Steel-type trainer, for the most part, although he did start the trend of using fossil types in his champion team. So for the most part, his team is Aggron, Metagross, Claydol, Cradily, Armaldo, and Skarmory, which is quite a good team. Very defensive. If you don't have the right Pokemon, it can mess you up. He has a reasonably good part in the story in the games, in Ruby Sapphire and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I never played Emerald, so I can't really say too much about his appearance in Emerald. I know he does appear in Emerald, and you can battle him in Meteor Falls. Don't really know that much about that section of the game. But, yeah. He's the one who introduces you to, Mega Stones in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. You meet him before you even challenged 3 gyms in the games, because you have to deliver his letter from his dad. So yeah, again you meet like his family and stuff. And yeah. Also, when you rematch him in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, he has what's it called? I can look. I have a window open with it. He has Aerodactyl and Carbink. So he's kind of a steel rock trainer if you think about it. Apart from Claydol. Claydol's just kind of there. But he does like his rock types. He replaces his 2 Hoenn fossils with a fossil from somewhere else and Carbink. But yeah, he also has a really cool theme. I'm not sure what that just helps. Well, actually, I am. That kind of impacts him as a character on the player, seeing as it's like the final battle of the game is the champion, and then it's got like this really badass theme, and you're fighting this guy who you've gone through the story with, and who has helped you and guided you to saving the world from Groudon and Kyogre. So yeah, number 3 is Steven. Number 2. Coming in at the number 2 spot, revealing who this spot will reveal who the number 1 is, but we'll still do a big reveal at the end for whoever number 1 is. But number 2 is Red. You may think this is cheating, considering I had player character at number 10, but I did specifically say that excludes Red, because Red, you actually do get to fight in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gold, Crystal, Silver, Crystal. In what's that mountain called? Isn't it Mount Silver? Possibly. I don't know. That sounds about right. But yeah, Red. You get to fight yourself from the previous games, which is cool. And he has the highest level Pokemon out of any trainer in any game, core series, possibly, because I think there's some like side characters that have higher, but then the side games are kind of broken. But yeah, he has a really good team, consisting of Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard, Pikachu, what's his name? There's Snorlax, that's him, and Espeon or Lapras, depending on which game you are playing. You also get to fight him in Black and White 2 with the Lapras on his team and not the Espeon. But yeah, Red, he's just a cool character. I mean, the one thing I disliked about the whole Red battle in the games is the fact that they didn't give Red his a unique theme. They just gave him the champion theme that they gave Lance, and that kind of made the theme that they gave Lance a lot less special, and they made it so it didn't really impact as much. I've heard from a lot of people that they find Red too easy, but then again, if you have the right Pokemon, you can pretty much any battle can be easy if you have the right Pokemon. So yeah, but Red's good. It's a good addition to his character that they kept the whole he can't talk thing from the original games. Excuse me. And yeah, not really much else I can say about Red, so I'm gonna just move on to number 1. Number 1. Okay, so you probably know who my number 1 pick is from Process of Elimination, considering he's the only champion that I haven't mentioned, and I've been putting off mentioning just for the big reveal, but oh well. Back in the original Generation 1, throughout the whole game, you have to battle your rival over and over and over. Quite a lot, if I remember, compared to the other games. You battle him straight before the Elite Four. Well, before Victory Road. Then you go through Victory Road. You go through the Elite Four. And then, what's that? There's someone else you have to battle. You go through the doors into the champion room to challenge the current champion. And then Blue is just stood there waiting for you. Because Blue has got your dream first. Because he's blue. What? I don't think his character's actually blue. But that's his name. Yeah, so number 1 is Blue. This champion battle is my favourite. Purely because the champion is way more connected to the character than any other champion in any other game. Purely because he's your rival, and the fact that your character is supposed to have known him forever, pretty much, since their character was like a baby, I guess. I don't know, but and the whole journey is put into this one battle where you or can you not defeat your rival and enter the Hall of Fame. And yeah, Blue is just a cool character in my opinion. I mean, he starts off as the annoying kind of character where he's always insulting Red and stuff, and he's always one step ahead, and he's always beating the gyms before you and getting to the Elite Four before you, apparently. And it makes the final battle of red, blue, green, technically yellow, fire red and leaf green a lot more intense. Because it's just like, he's your rival. He's not just some random guy who is the champion, who popped up various points of the story. He is your rival. And he, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, he has the coolest theme in, like, the whole game. But yeah, his team's really well constructed. He obviously has the starter he chose. And depending on which starter he chose, he has Gyarados, Arcanine, and Executor. He leaves off the one depending on what type his starter is, because obviously he doesn't need the duplicate of the type. And then he has Alakazam, Pidgeot, and Rhydon. And then in his rematch team in Fire Red Leaf Green, he has a Heracross and a what's its name? Tyranitar. Another reason I like Blue, this is a non-champion reason, so I don't know if this counts, but here you see his character development as he appears as a gym leader in the follow-up games, Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Hot Gold, Soul Silver. He appears as the gym leader, the 16th gym leader, who you have to fight last out of all the gym leaders. You don't get a choice. But yeah, he has a cool team in that, which is similar to his rematch team, if I remember right. But you can see the difference in his character from Fire Red and Leaf Green and the originals to the Gold, Silver, Crystal, Hot Gold, Soul Silver character of him, because he's like kinder towards the character and stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just cool to see his character grow. Kind of like Silver in Hot Gold, Soul Silver, Gold, Silver, Crystal, because you see his character develop a lot through the whole story. I know he's a popular pick for favourite rival, but that's the top 10 for another day. So yeah, I'm just going to incorporate my outro into this section, because why the heck not? So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 favourite champions. Hopefully this video isn't as long as my previous top 10, because that was a long video. That was like 43 minutes of me rambling on and on and on. But, you know, I'm trying not to ramble as much in this one. Hopefully I did better. Why don't you leave a comment, tell me what I can do to improve these videos if you think that they're taking too long, or I'm rambling too much, or whatever else you think I should improve on. Leave a like if you agree with my picks. Leave a comment telling me what you would have put, who you would have put at your number 1 spot if you were doing this list, or why don't you just tell me your whole list? I don't know. Do you think I cheated by putting player character on this list? Comment that if you want. And if you like the video enough to check out others and you enjoy my channel, click the subscribe button. That would be awesome. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.